Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to my channel. My name's Justin. I play guitar on songs in Nashville, and today is day 10 since I have touched a guitar. We're going to end that here. In this video, I want to talk about why taking a break is a good idea, why it's not a good idea, and I want to go through a couple of things on a song that I sent off before my vacation that the producer came back and wanted me to do. There's two quick things he wants me to do on this song. So we'll do that. We'll try to get our hands working together, talking to each other. I feel like when I take a break, that's one of the first things that goes, is the sort of muscle memory and the communication between my two hands, you know? And with that goes a little bit in my pocket. I actually had a session scheduled today, and it was going to be a, hey, let's jump right back into the deep end, you know? And I was going to show up a little bit early, get sounds a little early, just start moving my hands, getting things going, and just play, you know? But that session got rescheduled, so I'm here, and I can get to the things that came in while I was out of town, stuff for me to track on at home. So before we do all that, I just wanted to give you some updates on the channel and on my course that's coming out. Let's do that in reverse order. The course should be available in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I will have a big thing on my channel about it. Brett Papa is going to have something on his channel about it. We did the course together. I basically talked and came up with all the music and all the ideas, and he did all the filming, and his crew is doing the editing and the tabs and all the stuff, okay? So what you're going to get in the course is several hours of discussing what I think are more fundamental concepts of relating music to the fretboard in a way that I think is fresh for most people. I think people tend to gloss over fundamentals. And I'm approaching these from the perspective of someone who does this for a living, and my goal is to communicate fundamentals in a way that makes it conducive for you to come up with cool stuff on your own. That's something that's really hard to be confident about, actually. When you, even as a new session player, you can really get inside your own head. You know, you think, man, back from my own hometown, like I was the guy, you know, and now I move here and I'm at the bottom, absolute bottom. And I'm coming up with a part for the intro. Man, I hope this is cool. I hope everybody thinks this is cool, because I don't know how to handle people not thinking it's cool. You can just get into those situations a lot where when you come up with something, whether you're improvising or trying to create or write a signature part for a song, you can be pretty anxious about how people are going to take it. So in my course, I've got 4 songs that are just things that I come across all the time in my job. You know, standard rock or Americana tunes. One of them leans a little ambient, like UK style rock. There's some delay and reverb and stuff like that. And we talk about those settings and everything. But really what I'm doing is creating the kinds of parts that I do on records and discussing why I chose these notes in particular over these chords. And we talk about how to find pieces of chords, how to play just pieces of chords. Like you're in a mix with a bunch of other instruments. You don't need to be playing 6-string full bar chords all the time. That gets really dense and really blocky sounding. So we talk about all sorts of that stuff. You're going to get all the stems from those tracks, and you'll be able to come up with your own parts. You just mute me and go to town. And my hope is that a lot of you will send me what you came up with on these 4 songs in the course, using the concepts that we talk about in the course. That, again, I think of it as revisiting fundamentals. And the course is called Tools for the Creative Guitarist. Like, how can we create something confidently that is cool, that helps other people sound better, helps our band sound better, helps ourselves sound better playing with a band, or, you know, on an open mic night or something like that. I don't know, whatever context you play music in with other people. So look for that in a couple weeks. with the channel, I just want to be a lot more consistent. I've been terribly slow about updating things. I'm going to work the whole YouTube thing into a regular rhythm. It has been solely in the margins, in the peripheral of what I do day to day. And I'm going to make more time for it. I want to grow the thing and go on this journey with y'all. So we'll see. Now let's get to playing guitar for the first time in 10 days. I got this out and plugged it in, and that's it. This is my 335. I'm running through my normal Analog Outfitters Sarge. It's going down into my Morgan cab in the garage that has an Alnico Cream in it. I do still have that speaker in it. Yes, I do still enjoy it. It's mic'd with a Heil PR30 running through a Chandler TG2 straight into my Apollo Twin into Pro Tools. So, let's tune. Always helps if I turn the amp on. Man, that sounds really good, you know. It feels a little bit weird. I feel a little like, hey, I'm doing these movements that I don't do anywhere else naturally in my life that I haven't done in a week and a half. So I'm just going to play here for a little bit. This is my totally dry sound. A little reverb. The sort of string skipping thing is not super clean. Okay, well, it's going to come back slower than I want it to, so maybe we'll just dig into this song and see what happens. I have two things I need to do in this song. But first, he sent along a rough mix. I tracked before everybody else on this, okay? So this drum track wasn't there, the bass wasn't there. It was hard for me to know like what the vibe is. So I sort of took the scratch intro part that they had. It was a single note ascending line that was happening at the same time as a droning open string, okay? And I separated that out and did a rhythm guitar that was just doing the static chord and then another guitar that did the ascending line. They decided they liked the original way better, and I think it does make sense now that I hear the drums. So check this out. We'll start this from the very top, and you can hear this part. This is the track. So you can hear this part. I'll play it again by itself. This is what they want me to replace. It's on a track called Replace Me. And what I had done, I'll just mute that, I had played that line so there's this line, it's all over, basically over an A minor. So that's all happening in one guitar part, but I had split it out like this. So you can hear the line right there. And then you can hear the static, just palm muted sort of power chord thing, which they had muted in the intro and then brought it in the verse. That's because they want me to play this other thing in the intro, so let's do that. Let's play that part that he gave me to play. I'll unmute it and I'll play along with it. We'll see how this goes. Man, that wasn't bad. There's one other spot that it happens, and it's in the turnaround after the first chorus, so let's grab it there. And again, here's the part that I had there by itself. That's pretty cool. Little wang bar action. That was on my Jazzmaster. I think what they're missing is the energy of that original part that has the line in it, but still also has the muted low string. And the direction that I went, because I didn't have a lot of reference on this track, was a little more spacey, a little more like wide open, haunting, Western kind of vibes. That the song's the whole song is centered around A minor. And so now that these drums are here and the track is built, this makes sense. So I'm happy to fix these things. This is not a problem. So I got that part done. The second thing they want is a solo. And I haven't played guitar in a long time. So let's see what happens here. They said they want more of a rockin' solo. I think, again, I was doing the sort of vibey Western spacey thing. So let's listen to the solo and just make sure we get the chord progression down. It's sort of short, but then it goes straight into the last chorus, and the chorus stays up. There's no breakdown, and we're up all the way out. So when I see that setup, like that form from the solo out, and the solo short, I think, okay, solo guy is going to play the solo, and then he's going to come back toward the end of the last chorus and the outro. We're still up, so let's have some sort of extra little lift, like more guitar licks at the end of the song. So let's listen to this solo before I start embarrassing myself. Probably should unmute the track. Here we go. Okay. All right, so this is what we call a push feel in Nashville. And what that means is that each bar is split in half, but they're not in equal halves. We anticipate beat 3. In this case, it's with an eighth note. This is called an eighth note push. So that means that the next accent or the chord change happens on the and of 2, okay? So in the first bar, it's, and then that's the second bar. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're on the chorus, right? So those accents or chord changes happen on the and of 2. One more time, you count while I play. 2, 3, 4. So that's the length of the solo, but again, it's straight into an up chorus, which is into an up outro. So I'm gonna play a solo and then come back and play some more. And we'll just see, and this could be really, really, really bad. Could be worse than that. All right, here we go. That delay that I have. You hear the little warble in it? I call this my Deluxe MM. It's on my Strymon timeline. I was trying to create a Memory Man patch, okay? When I think Memory Man, I think short delay times, lots of repeats, and that sweet vibrato, the fast modulation. It's not really deep. It's not like seasick, right? At least where I like to set it. but it's quick. It's got that fluttery singing sort of thing happening. So I tried to recreate that on my Strymon. You can hear that there's several quick repeats, right? But it's not super loud. I got it tucked back. And you can hear that warble. Maybe that can add a bit of a vibe to our solo here. I'm gonna put the Box of Rock on and not my Strymon Nordland, my Nordland odr-c. Okay, this could be really ugly. Here we go. Okay, not terrible. I sort of started going for it in the outro, but then there's another guitar that's in the mix that's already doing that. Let's bring that mix up a little bit. So I want to be careful to not play over the guy that's already there, which is also me, right? You got to listen to others and you got to listen to yourself, okay? That's like double extra bad when you're not listening to anybody else in the band but yourself, but then you start stacking parts and your new part doesn't even listen to your old part. How to make engineers not like seeing your name on a session. That's it right there. Okay, solo out. Here we go. Boo. Let's get in right there. Right where it sort of hangs on the 4 chord. Cool. I liked the punch-in. I just want to hear the end of the solo. I feel like I did something a little fast and it was a little, Sometimes that's cool when it feels like it could fall off the rails, you know, at any second. I always think of the Rolling Stones, you know, their stuff had this excitement to it, like we don't know what's going to happen. And it wasn't because they were playing badly, it's just because they had this real shoot from the hip kind of thing, you know, as a band. I'm probably not explaining that well. Let's check this out, this solo. I'm good with it. I'm gonna leave it. We'll see what they say. Yeah, that works. I've got other songs to get to, other videos to make, so I will talk to you all soon. Have a good one.